Hello friends, welcome back. Earlier we have seen two chapters of political science. First chapter power setting and second one is federalism. If you haven't watched yet, kindly watch the video and study of those two chapters. Now today we are going to discuss about the first chapter of economics, development. Development sounds a familiar word to us because this kind of word we use in our day-to-day life. I think you have heard somewhere like in newspaper or in television, or sometimes even this word is sometimes subject of nukkar discussion, gossip actually. So this development word is very familiar to us. But actually people use development word, but they don't know that what is meaning in terms of economics. In context of economics, what is real meaning of development? Generally, we can say development means progress or process towards advancement for the better. But what is the deep meaning of development, and what is development actually? Let's see in context of economics. Here, when development word comes, so sometimes we think about building bridges, better roads, better communication system, faster internet, right? Availability of various facilities like education and health, right? And how can we forget one of the most important, income, earning, right? So when such things we find that better than before, we count as that development is ongoing, development has done in our country, we refer them, and somehow it is true. So let's see that goals of development. Different persons can have different development goals. That means different people think development in different way. Like for me, development is development of a country. That means better social system, better society, law and order, better income. People live with peace and harmony instead of conflict among different social groups, right? So such kind of things is development for me. But this is not appropriate for everyone because different people consider development in their own perception. For an example, let's take an example of boys. One boy from a village and one another from city. So development for a boy living in a village is like a better education system available to him, right? Like tuition classes, good school, universities. So if available to him, that means development for the village boy. Now for city boy, the boy lives in city. Of course, he would consider like better shopping malls, better roads, faster internet. So such kind of goals are development goal for a boy lives in a city. That means different person can have different goals of development. Let's see a few more example to understand it. Here a category of person is given. A landless rural laborer. Now landless rural laborer, basically those are agriculture laborer. We refer them as agriculture laborer. So what do they expect? What are their expectation? What condition, what situation they consider as development? Let us see here for examples like more days of work. If those people able to get more days of work during the year, throughout the year, so those people will consider it as development. So they consider that this is the development of country. Now we are able to get more working days than earlier, right? Because we know those landless rural laborers suffer due to seasonal unavailability of employment. Second here, better wages. Many times they are exploited by landlords. So they expect better wages. That means some goal of development. They don't want that bullet train or shopping malls or better roads and highways, but they want more working days. They want better wages for their work. Economic and social equality in village. We know that today also typical Indian village, the society still see those poor people as lower, consider them as inferior. So they are actually economically lower than rich people, and even in social situation they're lower than other people. So they want equality. They want their better in economical way as well as in social. So they expect economical and social equality. So those are the main goals. There are a few more goals of those landless rural laborers. Those people also expect that their children get better education, availability of schools, as well as those people are not able to go to private hospitals, better hospitals, because they are poor. So they expect that government hospital, availability of clinic and hospitals in their own village. They also expect that public transportation system in their village. So those are the few of the common goals of landless rural laborers. Now, one more case here, one more example of a rich person. Let's consider a rich person in a city. So, what do they expect? Of course, very first goal of a rich person is betterment in their income. So, higher family income. They want their to increase their family income. They want their children get a better job, they earn more, or they join their family business. So, in that way, they want to increase their family income. Second, better education to their children. If their children are still students, so they want better education. They want to seek the private schools. They also seek that universities in the cities. So that means their goal is to get better education. More, they settle their children in abroad. Many of the rich people, they don't want to live in India because some of the circumstances, and they want to settle their children abroad. So those are the goal of rich person. That means even rich person has a car, a luxurious car, that person wants better than it. So those are the goals of rich people. So here we can see that contradiction in both the cases. So we can say that different people can have different goals of development. Along with it, there is one more thing to be noticed. What may be development for one may not be development for other, and even it may destruction for other. This seems little complicated. Let's try to understand it. Here we can see that what may be development for one. So one person consider such situation as development, but that may not development for other person or other group. And even in certain cases, that situation or that project may become destruction for other people. Let's see this with example. Let's try to understand it. Here we can see that a symbol of development, Sardar Sarovar dam as well as other multi-purpose project we consider as symbol of development. Even Jawaharlal Nehru considered it as temple of developing India. Infrastructures, other infrastructures like road, uh, train, railway, bullet train, metro, six-lane highways. So such kind of infrastructure system we consider as some of the aspects of development. But not always such aspects are considered as development, because many people suffer, many communities suffer due to such kind of project. Let's see further here. This is a picture of a meeting that held by people, Adivasi people, those who lived in the Narmada Valley, and due to building of construction of Narmada Dam, Sardar Sarovar Dam, their village would submerge. So they were protested against the government, because this development project, this multi-purpose development project of Sardar Sarovar Dam, destruction for these people. One more example, we are already aware about the ambitious project of our Prime Minister, bullet train, a dream of many people as well as a dream of our Prime Minister is destruction or harmful to many other people. That not I am telling here. There is a news. So why 1,000 farmers do not want Mumbai Ahmedabad bullet train? Why so? Because to to construct the bullet train tracks, that government proposed to acquisition of land. So because of this, many of the farmers, more than thousands farmers here mentioned, would lose their land. They didn't want to lose their land, so they protested against the government. Similar here that Adivasi people protest against the bullet train. So here we can understand that development for one may not development for other, and even development for one may destruction for other. I hope you understood this two things related to development. Next here, income and other goals. So when we talk about development, basically we consider about the income. One or another way, a person tries to increase his income, his or her income. So income remains one of the most important goal for development, because earlier examples we have seen that even landless rural laborer or a rich person, one of the goals are common, which is income. Both of them want to earn income, higher income. But income is not only the aspect. Yes, most of the people consider very first, very basic, which is income. Whether businessman, landless laborer, casual worker in city area, or a salaried person, middle class person, all of them want to increase their income because income is the basic thing. If people can earn more income, better income, so they can improve their life standard. So income is very basic. But we have to remember that income is not only the thing that people consider, because apart from income, there are certain other goals. Let's take an example. Let's consider a person offers a job. He gets a job. He got to offer from a company, but that company is far from his city. A person lives in a city, like let's take an example in Bharuch, and he got job in Mumbai. So before accepting that job offer, that person would consider that many factors, such as he would consider about the family, education for his children, as well as friends, relatives, living area, uh, society where he gets accommodation. So many other factors that person will consider, and definitely such factors are important to us. So here people consider income as their basic goal. Yes, that's true. But apart from income, there are other goals too. So for development, people look at mix of goals. So here we have seen about development. First, we have seen that different people have different goals. Second, we have seen that development for one may not development for other, and even it may destruction for other. And third, we have seen that for development people look mix of goal. That means income is not only one goal, but there are different goals like social equality, security in society, safe and secure society, communication system, better environment for living, clean environment. So such are the so many factors people consider in development. Further about national development, we'll discuss in upcoming module. Thank you so much. See you.